the commentary goes smoothly. Honestly, we didn't get to practice. Okay.
Et nous sommes de retour pour nos NoReset Standalone Expansion 2022 et on va vous présenter Banjo-Tooie Any Percent. Donc, course entre Gogo et RayleighZor. C'est à vous, monsieur. Good luck on the run, sir.
Thank you. So today we'll be presenting you an 90% speedrun of Banjo-Tooie, which uses a route that's fairly old at this point, but as you may have seen in some of the most recent marathons, such as GDQ, there's been some of these clips that are insanely precise that allows you to like basically clip through the ground and skip a lot of the jiggy, and with that it's only a matter of rushing to the final boss. In the route that we'll be doing, we'll actually be doing a route that will forego these tricks. It will allow for a much closer race, and it will make a much more pleasant experience to watch. So with that, are you ready, Rayleigh?
I'm ready.
Alright, so let's start in 3, 2, 1, go. So one of the first things that you guys will notice from the very beginning is how smooth the Xbox version is compared to the N64 version. I don't know if it shows up on stream because there were a bunch of complications, but I've been basically playing on the Nintendo 64 version, which came out in 2000, and really will be playing it on the Xbox One version, which came out much later. And because of that, Xbox just has basically instant loads and no lag everywhere.
And if you did not notice, we started with a pre-made file. This file is set to manipulate some patterns in the game. There are two like little jiggies we're going to be collecting, which involve collecting and completing a Jinjo family. And we use this pre-made file to
So basically, this game has 45 Jinjos that are scattered around the game, and we are basically using a pre-made pattern so that we can have a set order of these Jinjos so that we can get convenient jiggies in the early game. It saves a ton of time. It saves like about a minute, as opposed to getting jigsaw pieces that are a little slower. So coming up soon, we'll be doing a slight sequence break. We will be getting this triple clip that's on top of this Jinjo house, and in order to get this Jinjo house, normally you're meant to have like the ability to actually grab ledges in order to get it. But if you backflip and big bust on the at the very tip of your jump, you can basically get this treble clip early, which allows for faster routing. I will note that this backflip is deceptively deceptively precise.
Do I have time for a quick donation?
Sure.
There's Vega who have donated $25 to kill the animals for the Super Metroid Fate of the Animal incentive. Kill the animals and save the Jinjos.
Thank you. If you want, you can probably read another donation.
We haven't received one yet, but let me remind the chat that you can donate during all night to the event, and we have a special goal of $7,500 to have a bonus run Castlevania 3. Chat plays guest drawing. So I don't know what is this category, but I guess we'll do some special drawing while playing Castlevania 3. So donate and we'll see what it is.
Nice. So something you may have noticed is that this cutscene that Rayleigh is watching right now went much faster on my side, and that's for the fact that there's an obscure mechanic in this game where if you press L plus R plus V on your controller, you can actually skip up some of the more important text boxes that explain to you like the plot of the game and some tutorials. Sadly, they didn't get the memo on it, at Microsoft, so when they actually remade this game, they actually forgot to remap the L button to somewhere on the Xbox 360 controller. So because of that, it will be you do have to go through a lot of the cutscenes without actually canceling the game, without actually canceling text. And here another pretty quick backflip there that I got a second try. So yeah, you might have seen a different route there. You saw Rayleigh go for the left side of Widow Hollow first, and that's because on Xbox it's actually slower to actually get this to the goggles, which is used to zoom in when you're in first person. Meanwhile, I just clipped into the second level early. It is a trick that Rayleigh is going to be doing too, and it does allow to actually be able to do the second level first. It will be extremely convenient, especially when we'll backtrack to the first level to actually skip a very slow mandatory section.
Quick donation, we have $4.44 from Psych or Sick, I don't know, sorry if I mispronounced your name. We said hey big hug, and we are now at $44.44. So go for the run.
Right now we have Rayleigh doing the first puzzle of the game to actually open the first level. She will not be going to it yet. She will also be doing the second level first. However, it is slightly faster to do this puzzle now as opposed to later.
Actually, it was timed and they're just about the same.
Oh damn. My bad then. Alright, here's a common technique in Banjo-Tooie speedruns. We'll actually be doing a couple of death warps. Some of these jiggies and more important collectibles are often like at the end of paths that lead to nowhere. So the best way to leave these paths is just to die and restart at the beginning of the level. So here we're gonna be doing something a bit sus. We'll be actually using this detonator, and we'll be collecting a bunch of notes in this place. And we're gonna free this box right there that's been stuck for a while, since normally this box is used to actually get a Jiggy and a Cheeto page in which world, which is the third level of the game. It is an insanely slow Jiggy to get, but we will not be doing that for the Jiggy. We'll be making better use of this.
GGM early is not being nice today.
Oh, I forgot to take damage. Rip. Yeah, you take 3 hits from taking damage from this TNT there, so I meant to actually take a hit from this guy first, but I forgot.
Let me try this side.
And now here's a cool trick that people don't really understand, let's just say that. Basically, if you're up against this ledge and jump and self-explode shortly after, you somehow get a levitation, and this lets us get this Jiggy really early. Normally, you're supposed to get one of the later moves that are in the game in order to get it. And I managed to. I use this trick to actually get a Jiggy. That's fairly fast. Now it is worth noting that this trick that I just did only works on the US N64 version, which means that Rayleigh is going to be doing a slightly different route in order to manage to get enough Jiggies to unlock levels. So, alright, we go in this death section to get 2 more Jiggies. So for this Jiggy, there's like a maze with some of the fire switches that you're supposed to turn on, except you can just backflip to this ladder and get to the Jiggy instantly. I would like to say that probably none of the Tooie speedrunners remember what the intended path for this Jiggy even looks like, to be fair.
Does an intended path for this Jiggy?
I know, right? Alright, and now here comes a Jiggy that you may not be able to understand what's going on because this area is very dark, but there are some lanterns that are suspended off the ground that you can use to actually clear some platforms. And with 6 Jiggies, I'm gonna be out of this world.
Come on.
Right, getting some safety red feathers there. And normally you're supposed to be able to use the first person game there in order to hit the fire switch that I just hit, except the developers conveniently placed a brown pile next to it that just gives you enough height in order to get it. So yeah, you can see right now that really, since she cannot really do the glitch that I used to get one of the jiggies early, she will be skipping one of the sections that I actually did. And with that, with my 6 jiggies, I'll finally be able to open the first level.
Just a quick reminder that we are close of the $4,500 mark for the marathon. So keep donating, guys. Un petit rappel, nous sommes près de la marque des $4,500 amassés pour la Fondation des gardiens virtuels. Donc, continuez de donner généreusement et de partager le stream.
I kind of did an epic mistake there. You could clearly see that the piece that I was grabbing was a top piece, except I put it in the middle. People underestimate how hard puzzles are in this game, but I will say that like it controls more terribly than it should. Sometimes you get some random speed boost. Sometimes you just get like you just hover over the piece that you're trying to grab, and except it just doesn't grab. It's just some precise part there. And with that, Rayleigh was able to complete the jiggy and the dark path, and we'll both be heading to the first level. This is not the route. Almost forgot that there.
That's not gonna work.
So Mayhem Temple, the first intended level in the game. So this is where you're gonna be learning your most basic moves that are very important. And I definitely messed this route up, but I guess that's fine. Something we'll be able to do though is that we'll be able to use the build drill move from the second level to build the boulder that I just used there, and with that we'll be able to do a fairly precise trick there that involves flying over that door and actually pressing and actually dive and actually like attempting to slip through that crack there. It is pretty hard to aim this, but luckily I was able to get it without dying. Every time you fail it, you bonk and it loses a health, so it's nice to see that I was able to do it with my first life. so with that, we just got our first Jinjo in the game, which is the white one. So one thing to note about Jinjo Jiggies is that you get a cutscene for getting your first Jinjo in the game, and you also get a cutscene for completing your first Jinjo family. Luckily for us, the first Jinjo family that we completed is the white one, which only has one Jinjo in it. And so because the game attempts to play both cutscenes at the same time, we actually got to fuse these two cutscenes together and save 30 seconds in doing so.
We have another donation of $3.33, $3.33 de la part de Mart SR, who says, Combo Breaker! And ripped the $4,444.44.
Alright, I kind of had to semi-improvise a route there in order to do this section, but assuming that I didn't forget anything, this should be all good now.
Quick question for the runner. I noticed that one of you is running on the Xbox and the other one is running on the N64. This is right?
Yes. Yes.
Is there any difference between those two versions?
So the Xbox version is based mostly off the PAL version, which has a couple major glitches from the N64 version patched out, as well as cutscene. Most text boxes cannot be skipped.
Yeah, and since the Xbox is like a more recent console, it loads the areas way faster and it lags like I don't even think lag exists on the Xbox.
No. And then coming up when we get into our third level is going to be like a major difference to setting up the main trick for the run to get to the final boss fight.
Yes. So something to note there, I was able to open this door right there without actually having to know the code. There's actually only 3 codes that are possible, and I attempt to get the first one that people try to get and run. So. And here we're supposed to like build, drill, and go down there to solve a puzzle. Except we don't like solving puzzles here. We prefer to do some tight platforming. I missed it there. The last jump is especially difficult because on N64 the game lags.
It's still difficult even without the lag.
Still a bit too late there. But yeah, with a jumping down trot and a flutter and a big bus, you can just barely make these jumps.
So I'm actually going to be skipping the rat jiggy from right here. The reason is this is one of the cutscenes I cannot skip any text box for, and it's just faster for me to get a backup jiggy in Witchy World.
Yeah, and I just realized that I kind of did the order of the jig is kind of wrong. It's not a big deal though, since we will be dead warping. Actually, no, we're not dead warping. At least for me, since I just went into another level. it's one of these tiny differences. Since you get to skip the jiggy that involves going into the second level for like 2 seconds, you actually get to keep your respawn location. But if I were to dead warp, since I got the jiggy, I would actually respawn like at the prison code switches.
We have another donation. Nous avons un autre don qui est rentré de la part de Terra qui donne 7,78 qui dit hashtag host is big. Thank you, Terra. I appreciate it a lot. And now we have another number for the total the amount we make. We have 4,455 cents. Keep it going, guys.
And so with that, I am going to be leaving I left the first level with 14 jiggies, and that will allow me to actually be open 3 levels all back to back. Meanwhile, really, we'll be getting 2 more jiggies in the 3rd level in order to open the 4th level.
Something I should probably point out is, if you haven't noticed already, I'm playing the game in French. The fastest version for the Xbox is going to be playing in Japanese, but I chose to play in French to add some bilingual into the for Banjo-Tooie, with GoGo playing in English.
Yep. Sadly, on the North American version, English is the only available language, so it's nice to see some diversity, so that everybody gets to understand what is being said.
Don't like this puzzle 3 at all.
Yeah, especially on Xbox, like pretty much all of the puzzle is ground.
Yeah. Come on. That was a very terrible 3rd puzzle, even RNG-wise.
Right there, you can really see the difference between the two versions. Xbox is just so fast on puzzles. Alright, time for the Jolly Roger's Lagoon puzzle. I didn't want to grab that piece, but that's fine.
So coming up here in just a minute when I interrupt this 3rd level, Witchy World, I'm going to be doing a trick known as delayed cutscene warp, or at least setting up the 2nd part of it. Doing this will allow both of us to get into the final boss fight of Hag 1 about 3 hours earlier than normal. On the Xbox version, it's actually a bit tighter of a window because we have to do the a different method of it, known as Gondola DCW, which only gives a 5-frame window to get the trick, compared to N64, which you have basically the entire cutscene to reset your console and get the trick. So I did make a backup file just in case I do fail the 5-frame window. That has just after I complete DCW.
Yep.
Then these are going to be the 2 backup jiggies I'm getting right here. We got the Dies of Death jiggy, if I don't forget these notes. It's on the side. get the second note on the way down. And then the next one is going to be the Cactus of Terror. Terror, I think is the name of the Jiggy.
Cactus of Strength.
Cactus of Strength. And these just happen to be the two fastest Jiggies out of everything available in every stage up to Witchy World that we do have left.
So you've seen really go clockwise throughout the level. I'm going to go counterclockwise for this level. It all has to do with how you set up the CW. Like, really will need to be ending on the gondola. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be doing another way of actually setting up the glitch. That's definitely a lot easier, but it's not by much. It's supposed to get these notes, but that's fine.
I don't like that jump at all. Alright. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to travel over to the more futuristic area, the space zone of Witchy World, and I'm going to be zooming in my camera to shoot a grenade egg at a red switch, which it's off screen for GoGo. And the moment I hear a little jingle, I have hear the switch get hit, I have 5 frames to basically activate the gondola again to set up the cutscene warp.
Yep.
There we go. That's the trick.
Well done. Meanwhile, so really did cancel the cutscene with another cutscene there. Meanwhile, the way I did it is that I simply reset the console. The reason why it's not faster on Xbox is actually because restarting the game takes a lot longer from the fact that you have to go through the Xbox menu.
Yep. Alright, and then now I'm finally going over to do the... Well, if I go to the right area, the fourth puzzle and final puzzle. So the reason we're going through all of these areas to collect all these moves is we're trying to get the moves needed to beat Grunty. The main ones being A-Game as well as Clockworks. Then we're also getting Fire Eggs to deal more damage. The only reason we have to open up the 4th stage, JRL, is to get Clockwork Eggs, which is very much essential for the fight. We have to get 315 notes as well as beat the second Klungo fight. The second Klungo fight is locked behind Talon Torpedo, which you unlock in JRL.
Alright. That enemy really didn't want to get out of the way there.
I'm getting really bad RNG with these puzzles tonight.
I definitely overrode notes. So yeah, normally in this level, you're meant to use Mumbo to like do some incantation to actually cause photosynthesis to happen in the water, so that you can actually have infinite air. Because the game really does not expect you to do anything underwater without any significant amount of air. However, if we're fast enough, we'll be able to do all we need in this level right before like running out of health.
Keep switch going to the wrong silos.
I missed that note. Alright, I'll have to go for a backup.
Should have 95.
Yeah.
I think I'm short. I'm short of 5 note 2. I'll find out when I get through.
Yeah.
Notes.
I guess if you want 5 notes, you can just get the ones in near CCO.
I mean, the two notes like right there by Talon Torpedo aren't that slow to get.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely not slow. It's just can you get them without dying?
Yeah. So I'm getting ice eggs here just as a safety net, just in case I do run out of fire eggs in the final boss fight. They shoot much quicker than fire eggs, as well as do the same amount of damage. I don't like where that pterodactyl was.
So 315 notes is what we want for Clockworks. I'll be getting the remainder of the notes that I need in the next area, but before that we have another boss fight to do.
Oh, you know, it's just inside another digger tunnel.
Yep.
I think I'm good on notes. Yep. No, I'm not. I'm 5 short.
Nice.
Alright.
Alright, so I got blue potion for the second Klungo fight. On N64, it's actually RNG whether you get the order in which you get the 3 potions in, but for whatever reason they chose to make it a static order on Xbox.
I'm assuming the main reason is that Xbox players don't like RNG.
True.
Or just Microsoft just hates coding in random numbers.
Yeah. So much orange.
Alright. So I'm going over here just to get the safety air refill. I took too much damage going through the octopus, and I'm definitely gonna die before I get to the final move.
Yep. Alright, let me get these backup notes real quick. And with that, we finally have the fabled Clockwork Kazooie eggs. It's definitely the most broken move in the game, and we won't get to see any of it in this run.
Unfortunate. And we've got a bonk.
Nice.
Best 3-second time loss in the entire run.
Yeah, I think I just got a bonk too. So something I will be doing right now is that I'm going to be doing a safety save. So I'll just copy my file 1 that I've been using this whole run onto file 3. Because we will be doing some... It may come as unexpected, but the next thing that we're doing in the run is the final boss. So we talked about how we did like this weird thing in Glitter Gulch Mine, the second level, where we freed up a box that contains a saucer. Then in Witchy World, we basically stopped one of the saucer cutscenes from happening, either through playing another cutscene or from resetting the console. This had a very big purpose, and it was essentially a setup for a wrong warp. So basically, the way that the saucer cutscene that we skip works is that there's two parts of it. There's the part where you actually press the switch or free up where you free the saucer like with the TNT, or press the switch in Witchy World, whichever comes second. And then the second part of the cutscene where you actually see where you actually get to see like the box actually moving into the level. Here's the thing. After the second part of the cutscene, the game has to remember where you are, and so that, like, you know, it can place you in the right spot. And because we basically reset between the two, we basically auto-saved into the game auto-playing the second part of the cutscene as soon as we reload the area in which the cutscene plays. And since the last cutscene that we played was Hag 1, the final boss, we will be brought to Hag 1. So right there, we'll be going into this room, which still has the saucer box. And if we did everything right, we let the magic operate, and there we go. We're now at the final boss fight. It may sound like it's like such a major skip that saves multiple hours in the any % category would be extremely hard to do, but if you choose to go for the method that I did, which is optimal for a 64, you have about 5 seconds to reset the console, so it's like one of the most lenient tricks in the game.
See, I have my Xbox Live disconnect screen up. The difference is that all the save files in Banjo-Tooie on Xbox is all loaded via internet in your Xbox Live account. So, once I disconnect from Xbox Live, which is going to be the moment the cutscene starts playing, it's going to kick me out of the cutscene, which saves about 40 seconds. So once it fades to black right here, I'm going to be signing out of Xbox Live. And then I'm going to start reconnecting to Xbox Live. That is the wrong button.
And here we're gonna see me like do some funky trick. Basically, when you try to shoot grenade eggs in this game, since the grenade eggs, my bad, are really good, the game puts a really long cooldown on them when you try to shoot them like quickly. So in order to trick the game into like letting me throw them fast. Alright, I kind of messed up there. I will basically be shooting one fire egg, and as the fire egg is being shot, I will be switching to grenade eggs, and for whatever reason, it lets me shoot grenade eggs as fast as I would be able to do it for fire eggs. I've been really bad at it. I keep getting my R input to switch eggs eaten. But trust me, I'll try to at least do it once to show how fast it is. And here we have a classic lag reduction strat. You just go idle in a safe spot and you look up and boom, no lag. Alright, there we go. So normally, like if you don't do that strat, Grunty has time to shoot two spells at you there, but since I was fast enough, I was able to actually be able to shoot to damage her 10 HP before she could even shoot the second spell. Now, if you're wondering why I actually made a safety save, in this, if you ever do this glitch that allows us to like wrong warp into the final boss, you have to know that it's actually a one-time per file glitch, meaning that if I were to wrong warp into the ground fight and then die to it, alright. I'll just stick to the blue eggs. It doesn't seem, it seems like I'm quite rusty at this. But yeah, if you were to die in the egg one fight, you basically cannot do the same glitch that we did again in order to run warp, and you would actually need to be able to get 70 jiggies in order to beat the game, which is a lot of jiggies. Like the world record for the category that doesn't use this glitch is about like 3 hours. It's quite long. So hopefully, so doing a safety save basically allows us to like repeat the glitch if we mess up, or if we get a random crash.
I jumped too early there. Alright, a difference you're going to see is for the phase with the 2 missiles, I am not going to be jumping on top of the machine. I am going to actually be throwing my clockwork egg due to the... During this cutscene, I'm basically going to be invulnerable. And I'm going to basically abuse this fact to play the clockwork cutscene, because if I don't play this now, I'm going to be losing a cycle in the next... one of the next upcoming phases.
And the next 3 phases are gonna be quick, so you guys can get ready on time. They're quick if I don't mess up, but that's a bit much to ask.
That's a hard thing coming for the final phase of Hag.
Yeah.
I was wondering, why is it called Hag 1 when there's no Hag 2 in the game?
I know, right?
Did Grunty just kill off Hag 2? Like she did for her sisters?
Alright, and timing ends on the last hit, coming up soon. Oh. If I can hit it. While she's holding the spell. Alright, time. GG's.
GG. That was just a bad spot to be in. Okay, yeah. I need to get to honeycomb. You can I'm at 2. I didn't realize I got down to 2 HP that quickly.
Yeah. Luckily, this boss is very generous on the health. It gives you 1 per phase.
Unlike Grunty. That's a very bad spot to be in, too. I don't think I got a question right this entire fight.
Oh yeah, I guess we could mention the fact that the answer to the questions that Grunty asked matters a bit. If you actually answer the question right...
Dude, and I lost the cycle. Let's go.
Oh no.
Because that's fun.
But yeah, if you actually answer a question right, Grunty will actually be shooting her spells a bit slower, which makes it easier to dodge the spells. Oh yeah, fun fact about this ending cutscene, this part where people actually play kickball with Grunty's head around, it was actually censored in the Japanese version.
Really?
Yeah. From like, I guess kicking ahead of like someone.
Did I hack?
Yeah, I guess like kicking ahead of someone was a little too gory, so they chose to actually replace it with a bag instead, and like let the players like infer that there's a head inside.
All right, and time is going to be coming up here as well. I think this is a PB, too.
Yeah, it is going to be a PB.
Once. And top. Come on, come on. Top. Really? Dude.
Oh no.
No. No. This is bad. This is bad. Time. That was a very risky final thing.
Congratulations on the PB.
Yeah, that was a PB. Yeah, I think that was a 51 even.
Yep.
With the Jinjo minute time.
Pretty good.
Very good time. 47 minutes for Jojo. And 5 seconds. Very good time.
All right.
All right, congratulations both of you. Good run. That was Banjo-Tooie on Xbox and Nintendo 64. We'll take a quick break and get ready for the next run of the evening. We have Chrono Trigger coming in a few minutes.